On today's episode, we're looking at Church Cottage and the architectural process through to the completion. Church Cottage is a house that myself and my partner Helen built.
As an architect looking on plan, we could see the development there of two houses.
Welcome to Church Cottage. Come on in, let's have a look around. It's a reflection of our top tips for any self-builders. I'm here today with Helen Needham, our head of architecture here at Oakwrights. Helen, you're going to tell us about the journey of the Church Cottage development site.
If I just refer to this drawing here, this is the master plan of the Church View development with the Church Cottage site to one side, which of course Charlie Helen, his partner, went on to buy. When I was involved, there was actually already an outline planning application in for the houses and lots of specialist input happening. And then we focused in upon the actual Church Cottage site itself. As an architect looking on plan, we could see the potential for the development there of two houses as the design evolved, actually separating those semi-detached units. Two nice detached houses for more privacy for each and more value for the site itself. Giving a garage to each house as well, which is a lovely addition to the site. When I drew up the plans at the time, I drew in some walls to separate the spaces, the kitchen dining area, the living area, and then started to translate it onto the site. We could see there was more room to pull in and out spaces, but obviously when yourself and your partner Helen came along, it really evolved because we knew your wish list and actually you love open plan areas.
Quite similar to a custom build site where the designs are in place, but you can tweak and modify the way it sits on the site, the internals and the externals as well. But you're working with an envelope already in place rather than starting from scratch. Then it was sort of working when we had more confidence in that it was going to game planning and the whole process. Started working on the internal tweaks with you, didn't we? So, okay, if we got rid of all the walls downstairs, let's start looking at the space. At the end of the day, it's 141 square meters, isn't it? Which is a lovely size, but you have to be smart with the space, so we did literally consider every single sort of, use of anywhere, really.
The lovely move about making it open plan, and not only does it make it lighter, and by bringing out the face glazed elevation in the centre of the building, lots of light spills in there. It actually shows off the oak frame in a nicer way, so you're actually, if you're going for an oak frame, you really want to show that wow factor, and there's so much inherent character with it. So once we got planning for you, we actually, as part of the wider master plan, we were working with lots of specialists at this point. So highways consultants, transport planners, ecologists, tree surveyors, archaeologists, lots and lots of different specialist inputs on the actual Church View site, which is again a very exciting development that's currently still happening. We went on to gain full planning approval for you.
Helen, it's absolutely amazing to relive that sort of journey. We, as I said earlier on, considered doing Church Cottage back in March 2018, and we moved in February 2020, so just shy of a 2-year journey. And a lot happens over that time. It's been an amazing journey, and I recommend to anyone to pursue. But it's not easy though, is it? Lots involved.
I think there's been, yourself and Helen have had lots of quick decisions, but equally I think it's been a lovely process to watch the value that you brought to the site and construct a beautiful family home. I think it's been a joy and a pleasure to work with you both on it.
Thank you so much, Helen, and hopefully we'll do it again. So
exciting.
Thanks
Thank you.
A lot. Welcome to Church Cottage. Come on in, let's have a look around. This is my fiancée Helen. We built the house together. Without Luna, now we have Luna. This is the kitchen diner, which we spent a lot of time on, and the kitchen was down here, and we actually moved the kitchen over here just to have the ability to go straight into the garden. The main feature of the house, the stairs, which are central as you come in. This is the element that you say is...
It's definitely the most stressful part of the build, for sure.
We went to get some quotes to begin with, and how much were they coming back with?
It was 20,000, a bit more.
So yeah, quite a lot of money. So at that stage, we were considering how are we going to do this without spending that sort of money. We sourced every element individually. So the steel separately, the tread separately, the glass, but it was bringing it together which sort of added the complications.
We made the choice of splitting the 2 spare rooms straight down the middle, and so then everybody gets to see the oak frame at the top.
Tweaking the designs of this house, we made the ensuite smaller. And with that, we didn't know if the showers would be big enough. And Helen...
I threw a paddy.
Helen threw a paddy. But as you can see,
I do fit in the shower, it is fine, I can move around.
You can spin around. One of the benefits of the Oakwrights encapsulation system is the ability to get a really strong airtight house. More airtight, heat can't escape, so you're gonna have a warmer house. When you get to that super airtight house, you then have to install an MVHR system, which is a ventilation system, which takes the air from the house and replaces it with fresh air. At the same time, it warms that up. So that's what we've got here. When we actually started building the house, we looked at the garage space, and originally the planning was just for a single-story garage carport, but we looked and we thought we could actually get a studio flat above it. So as we were building, we submitted in to see if we could get that space above it. It was not changing the envelope, it was literally just raising the height of the roof, and amazingly it came through with no problems. And so now we've gained another space above the garage, which is amazing. What project managing ourselves meant was that we didn't do the work ourselves. We bought in all the trades and bought the materials ourselves. And
I was chief barterer.
Chief barterer.
Yeah.
I was site manager. And
I say I project manager, and Charlie just checked everyone turned up at 7 a.m.
I was head of HR. I was head of HR. So reflection, our top tips for any self-builders.
Be organised.
Well, I think I've got you to thank for that. You were extremely organised, and it makes the process smoother. I think we ended up working probably 6 weeks, 8 weeks in advance of sort of the stage we were at, because materials take time to turn up. So
and decisions to make as well.
100%. So, being honest, we'd never built a house before, so we learned how to build a house whilst building a house.
And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Oh, so many
I
questions.
must have asked the most stupid questions ever, because these builders here say, oh, we need this, we need that, so I phone up the builders merchants. I think I need this. Is that even a thing?
Yeah.
It worked anyway.
Next top tip.
Mortgage process.
The mortgage process. We took a self-build mortgage out on this, which was probably one of the most challenging parts of it, because the self-build mortgage is completely unique and completely different to a standard mortgage. They're lending you money in stages. Now, to do that, you have to present a business plan of the house, of the cost is going to be, how you're going to do it, and they need to be confident that you can build it for that cost, and that if at any time that they can step in and finish the house off. So that process of applying for that self-build mortgage takes probably about 4 or 5 months. The next tip would be the practical use of the house.
Yeah, how you live.
How you live. How do you live? Do you have a dog? Do you have children? Do you enjoy being outside? Do you enjoy sitting inside watching Netflix? It's just all these little things that influence. This is your house. You can have it the way you want it. So you need to consider, almost do a run through of your current life, and do you have those little details? When working with the architectural designers, the brief that you provide to them is really important, because the more they understand about you, the better they can design the house. What's it like living in an Oakwrights home now? Well,
I just said we've been spoiled, because it's just so lovely that anytime you look at anything on the market, we're too fussy now, aren't we?
I think when you've built your own home as well, you understand every makeup of every single element. So, you have
attachment.
Yeah, there's an attachment, and really we would love to do another build. If you've enjoyed today's episode, like, subscribe, follow us on all the other platforms. If you have any questions, please either leave it in the comments section or get in touch, drop us an email, pick up the phone, go on the website. This is one of our documentary series, so ensure you keep following the journey.